we take it. Now, where does the Sharia come from? Two books, the book of the Quran and the book of the Hadith. Allah's word and Muhammad's words. Allah's command and Muhammad's command make up Sharia. I love it when Americans say, we love Muslims, you're welcome to come in America, but we don't want them to practice Sharia law. Excuse me. If you love them and they welcome in America, they must practice what Allah said and what Muhammad said. That is their religion. I'm going to show in a minute. In Oklahoma, 70% of the people of Oklahoma said no to Sharia. And they felt so good about it. And I was so sick about it. You know why? Because there is less than 1% of the people of Oklahoma are Muslims. Where in the world the other 29% plus come from to join Muslim to allow Sharia to be practiced in Oklahoma? That is sick. For all this liberal who would like to throw our Constitution into the trash can to appease and please the Muslims. But you know what? They heard so much lies and they believe it, and that's why they think Sharia is a good thing. Watch this video.
So 90% of Sharia law is fully compatible, not only compatible, is consistent or compatible with American constitutional law and American laws. The areas of difference are small and minor.
Michael, I hate to start out with a topic that you generally don't want to be very expressive about, but I'm going to do it anyway. The American Constitution, 95% of it, and Sharia law, same page.
Yeah, that man's either incredibly stupid or incredibly dishonest. I go for the liar.
Amen. And guess what happened in Oklahoma?
In the state of Oklahoma, voters by an overwhelming majority approved a ban on using international law or Sharia in any courtroom decision. Recently, a federal judge suspended the voters' decision, citing the fact that only Islam was specifically singled out in the law and not any other religion.
Can anybody tell this liberal lady, which was appointed by Clinton, that there is only one group of people in planet Earth who are forcing their law over the people of the earth who are the Muslims? And if there's Chinese come in the future and they said, we must eat Chinese food, then we will make another law. CAIR, C-A-I-R. CAIR met with her. Quickly, she throws the 70% of the people of Oklahoma into the trash can, and she appeased the Muslims. Who is CAIR? Brotherhood. Brotherhood is running your country. And you don't think we're infiltrated yet. Sharia finance. Let's watch this video. Before we get to the video, Allah in the Quran, in chapter 9 and verse 41, Allah said what?
March forth lightly or heavily, and perform jihad with your money and your lives for the sake of Allah. This is best for you, if you were knowing.
When Muslim Prod came to America, and they're getting their money, be involved in America, investing their money in America, they're literally performing jihad. It's called money jihad, or the jihad of the money.
Hi, I'm Joy Brighton. As a former Wall Street trader, an investment professor, a Democrat, and an American concerned for my country and way of life, I'm here to break the silence and tell you about more greed and negligence on Wall Street and in Washington. It's called Sharia Islamic finance, the newest and fastest growing financial market in the world. How did Sharia finance become accepted in the West? In the spirit of multiculturalism, political correctness, and greed gone way overboard, Wall Street has bought in to a multi-million-dollar advertising campaign coming from the Middle East. They're being told that, quote, Muslims have religious banking requirements, and if you create investments according to Sharia law, 1.2 billion Muslims loaded with oil money will beat a path to Wall Street. Wall Street is not disclosing the connection between Sharia law, the Taliban, Al-Qaeda, and Iran. Second, Wall Street is not telling customers the jihadi backgrounds of the Sharia experts they are hiring. And third, Wall Street is not being clear on if, how, or where profits are being sent.
Now, where is your part in that? I told you earlier that all of you here tonight, most likely 99% of you, are giving 2.5% towards Sharia finance. I'm going to give you a list of insurances and bank, and look carefully and see if you have done any business with these people. Anybody have done business with Bank of America, Citibank, AIG, any of these organizations? And I guarantee you, even if you're using a small bank, they dump their money in big banks. You are giving 2.5% every day when you run business with any of these people to the Muslim jihadists. You support jihad worldwide. You, as America, as a Christian nation, have helped the Muslim to kill plenty of Jewish people and plenty of Christian people overseas. Why is that? Because we do not know anything about Islam. Why is that? Because we do not know that Mohammad al-Qaradawi, Sheikh Mohammad al-Qaradawi, who is a jihadist, he is the head of Sharia finance. He is not even allowed to come to this country physically, but he gets all the money out of you. Is it Sharia or it's culture? I love it every time when we expose Sharia, Muslims quickly say, that's not Sharia, that's not Islamic law, that's culture. Like that. Do you think this is Islam? A woman dressed in hijab, you can't see her face? Let's read Allah's word. If it is in the Quran, it is Islam. If it is not in the Quran, it's not Islam. If it is in Muhammad teaching of the hadith, it is Islam. If it is not in Muhammad teaching, it is not Islam. For example, let's read what Allah said. In Quran chapter 33, verse 59, Allah said,
O you prophet, say to your wives and to your daughters and the women of the believers, let down their covering over them, that in this way they will be known.
What Umar said, Khalifa Umar said, one hole in front of their left eye so they can see where they're going. So this is Sharia. This is Islam, not culture. How does this affect us here in America? Listen carefully.
In June of 2011, national retailer Abercrombie & Fitch was sued by a former employee who says that she was fired for wearing a Muslim hijab.
Okay?
In February of 2011, the state of Alabama repeals its decision to not allow hijabs in driver's license photos.
CAIR. Here we go. C-A-I-R. They are affecting the license plates in Alabama, in the state of Alabama, and they tell them, you must allow Muslim lady to take picture in hijab. Like this. Look at this one in New Jersey. And this one here is in Florida. And Alabama now issue a driver license like that. You know what I say to the ladies who come to America, who want to work in hijab? I will pay their flight one way and I send them to Saudi Arabia. Because in Saudi Arabia, they cannot work and they cannot drive a car. And driving a car is a privilege, it's not a right. You don't want to take a driver license with all your face showing up, then sorry, you should not drive a car. Who of you would like to drive next to this person here, a man or a woman? Imagine with me, he or she are going to go to the bank and say, can I have $1,000, please? Sure. Can I see your ID? What ID? You call this ID? How about the cutting of the hand of the thief? Is it culture or it is Islam? Listen to Allah's word in the Quran.
And the male thief and the female thief, so cut off their hands as reward of what they earned, as a punishment from Allah.
That's Quran chapter 5 and verse 38. The cutting of the hand of the thief, it is Islam, it's not culture. How about honor killing?
And do not kill the soul which Allah forbids, except with a just cause.
What is the just cause to kill a Muslim? Because the Muslim soul is the only soul which Allah forbid Muslim to kill. Listen to Muhammad's word in the hadith. In Sahih Bukhari, volume 9, hadith number 17. Allah said what?
Mohammad said, the blood of a Muslim cannot be shed except in 3 cases: for murder, adultery, and the one who becomes an apostate from Islam.
Honor killing is Islam. It is Allah's word and Muhammad's word. It is not culture. Now we have halal food, lawful food in America. Here we go. This is Campbell's, V8, and we have Kentucky Fried Chicken serving halal food, and McDonald's, and Subway in America.
Believers, do not take infidels for friends rather than the believers. You should guard yourself from them, your fear of him.
This is what we call taqiyya. Muslims are taking us as friends in America simply to protect themselves. Listen to this. In the interpretation of Jalalain, he said, you can fear them with your tongue, not with your heart. And that is before the glory of Islam. And this can be practiced to anyone who lives in a country he is not strong in it, like Muslim in America. Taqiyya. They're protecting themselves from you. How about this verse? Quran chapter 47 and verse 35.
So do not be weak, and do not call for peace when you have the upper hand.
You got it, America? Here is the interpretation of Ibn Kathir. Only Muslim can be in peace with people if they do not have strength. But if they have strength, they must fight the infidels, as Muhammad did with the people of Quraysh, the people of Mecca. Rashad Hussein, Obama, Islamic envoy. Why in the world we need Islamic envoy in the White House?
I do not find any difficulty in performing the prayer in the White House, and Muslims pray the Jummah,
Friday prayer,
inside Congress. Dalia Mujahid.
Her name alone should stop her from getting close to the White House. She is living in the White House, praying 5 times a day, and her name is Dalia Mujahid. Mujahid is a person who performed jihad. Dalia, fighter. Araf al-Kahin. Obama bragged about him because he said he memorized the Quran. This man knows all the verses of the Quran which teach to kill you.
Arif al-Kahin, the former deputy mayor of Los Angeles, was appointed as assistant secretary for the Office of Policy Development at the Department of Homeland Security.
How about Karim Shora?
Karim Shora was the national executive director of ADC, serving 10 years in the American Arab Anti-Discrimination Committee, appointed as senior policy advisor for the U.S. Department of Homeland Security.
We're hiring the fox to watch for our chicken. And he is the head of CIA.
But for more than 3 decades, I have also had the tremendous fortune to travel the world, and as part of that experience, to learn about the goodness and beauty of Islam. As a college student in the 1970s, I spent a summer traveling through Indonesia, taking in the wonderful landscape, culture, and people of Java and Bali. Despite my long hair, my earring, and my obvious American appearance, I was welcomed throughout that country in a way that is a reflection of the tremendous warmth of Islamic cultures and societies. Like the president during his childhood years in Jakarta, I came to see Islam not how it is often misrepresented, but for what it is, how it is practiced every day by well over 1 billion Muslims worldwide, a faith of peace and tolerance and great diversity.
That is John Brennan. The head of CIA is a Muslim man. He is a frog. Watch what's going to happen to your children in this country within the next few years. 93 degree, 94 degree. It's getting real hot. And it's the end. That is the end, America. You cannot have it any other way. You will be boiled. You have to die. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, simply because we did not know anything about Islam, and we have no idea what these people believe. Islam versus Christianity. It's very simple. Islam is a cult. When Allah is asking or requiring his Muslim believers to send their sons to die for him. But Christianity is not a religion. Christianity is not a cult. Christianity is a faith in which God sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to die for you.